So I'm going to talk to you guys about Zack Snyder's Justice League once again. I'm going to read an article from Screen Rant. You're going to hear from the tone of the article what this article is about very easily and very soon. It's written by Thomas Bacon. Justice League, when people turned off the Snyder Cut. Well, that initially tells you how negative this person is. And initially, you can tell where they're going to come from, right? And I'm gonna put this out there right now. I'm gonna say that this person is working for Warner Brothers. This is a Warner Brothers shill. I'm gonna put that out there right now. Now I want you to see how these shills work. According to new data, only just over a third of viewers finished Zack Snyder's Justice League. Here's where most people turn off the Snyder Cut. Viewing figures may have improved for Zack Snyder's Justice League, but here's when people turned off. To factually understand how a TV show or movie has performed for a streaming service, it requires going to a third-party analytics company. Samba TV has proved itself particularly valuable when it comes to analyzing the performance of Zack Snyder's Justice League. The analytics service revealed 1.8 million households watched the Snyder Cut over its opening weekend. And HBO Max viewing figures have almost doubled since its release a month and a half ago. However, it's important to note that Samba counts a viewer as anyone who has watched just 5 minutes of a film or TV show. And given the Snyder Cut runs to 4 hours in length, those figures aren't really representative of the film's performance. Fans were disappointed when Samba clarified that only 1/3 of viewers finished the Snyder Cut in its opening weekend. Screen Rant has spoken exclusively to Samba TV for an update, and they revealed only 39% of U.S. households, notice the only, who turned in to the Snyder Cut actually finished it. In fact, the typical US viewer turned it off after 197 minutes. Surprisingly, the scene where Superman enters the Batcave and heads off to join the final battle against Steppenwolf. So that's when he met Alfred. Okay, it is a surprising moment to leave the film, perhaps indicating people watched 3 hours and decided they had enough, intending to come back later and finish it off, but never getting around to it. The median just means the middle part, the middle of all those numbers, right? But I would say, first and foremost, that 197 minutes will never be a place where people will stop watching a film. The median is not the mode. The mode is not the average. So this is not the average person. This is not the tip. They say typical, but it's not typical either. It's just the middle. That is to say, in all the numbers, when you spread the numbers wide, the middle part, the median is 197 minutes. That's not representative of the average time. It's AI getting all these data points. And the middle data point was 197 minutes. It really doesn't mean much. A much better representation would have been the average time. The Snyder Cut was 4 hours in length, and Samba data suggests the popular view that the film was just too long was indeed correct. Everybody knew they were going into a 4-hour long movie. So this is not something new. No, I think it was divided into sections. People watched a certain amount of sections, just didn't come back to it, as you do with streaming services. If you had to go into the theater, you'd have to watch it, catch a break in the middle, and then go back and watch it. And they would have watched it, just like with Lord of the Rings. Streaming services measure success against metrics such as engagement and retention. Zack Snyder's Justice League is unlikely to have helped much with either. I'm not quite sure what you mean, given 61% of U.S. audiences never even finished it. Again, that's really remarkably naive to say, mainly because of what? We're looking at averages, the average time that was consumed with it, which is very, very good. Retention time, are you stupid? That's very good. They not only watched more than half the movie, they almost finished watching the movie. 197 minutes out of 244 minutes. That's more than 3/4 of the movie. This is sad news for those who are campaigning to restore the Snyderverse. Why is it sad news? There's nothing sad about that. It's phenomenal that people watched most of the movie. Because HBO will look at data like this and judge the Snyder Cut to have been of minimal benefit. Contrast this with Godzilla vs. Kong, which according to HBO themselves, set a record having the highest 4-day debut viewership of any film or series in the streaming service's history. And that means what? We're not hearing about Godzilla vs. Kong now. We're still hearing about the Snyder Cut and the Snyderverse now. All you got to do is go up on YouTube. How many people are having viewing sessions on Godzilla vs. Kong all now? How many people are having viewing sessions of the Snyder Cut? We can see it. I can go actually find out the numbers. I can crunch the numbers on that if I need to. I don't know what this joker's saying, but he's a shill. Nobody cares about debuts and streaming services, my friend. What people care about is longevity, meaning over time, will the Snyder Cut still be people be watching it, and will people stay subscribed to watch the Snyder Cut? That's the question. Curiously, the Snyder Cut was received differently in other countries. In the UK, for example, Samba revealed the median viewer watched 225 minutes, 244. That means that's phenomenal again. Meaning they turned off during the nightmare scene. No, dummy, it's like the middle number. Like it's the middle number. The median is a middle number. Means most of them watch. Some watch more. Well, actually, we don't know what the mode is. If we knew what the mode is, then we could tell you most of them watch more than that or less than that. You got to know what the mode is. Anyway, so no, they didn't turn off it during the nightmare scene. Like this person's like a retard, but it's cool. It's Warner Brothers. This is their hit piece. That was intended as a potential setup for future Snyder stories. While this is a better news, suggesting UK viewers were more engaged with the Snyder Cut, it still implies the average viewer isn't invested in seeing the Snyderverse continue. So Justice League trailer flopped on YouTube. Snyder Cut trailer does well, but people are not invested in. See, this is what we're talking about with spin. Zack Snyder's Justice League really does seem to be the end of the road for the particular era of superhero blockbusters. Paid. Science scene delivered. This is Toby Emmerich, Walter Hamada, and Ann Sarnoff speaking through this clown. See how you can see through it? Like if it's nothing? I'm going to catch you guys later. Guys, I'm Disciple out.